Hi everyone. It's my first time going live. I hope y'all can hear me well. I've never done the YouTube live version. I always do Instagram, so I hope everyone is enjoying this and that you can hear me. I'm going to wait a little bit before I get started. Hi Judy, to see everyone that comes in. Hi Maya. Can y'all hear me? If you can comment yes or no, so I'll know. Hi Amari. Hi Christy, Vicky, Lauren. Hi, my rays of light. Oh, y'all can hear me? Okay, great. So as promised, as I have said, I'm going to start doing more in front of the camera, more live for y'all. And I wanted to go ahead and do this live. And maybe we can do some readings as well. If you want to ask me a question, and I can answer that later on. I may even incorporate some of my new cards that I got that I use for myself. I don't use tarot cards or oracle cards when I am reading people, but I ordered a new set of cards for myself, and I really, really liked them. So let me go ahead. Y'all get settled. I'll be right back. I don't like to step away, but I'm going to get these cards because I feel like I need to do some readings using them, and then I can give you some of my intuition as well. So y'all just get settled with your snacks, your popcorn. You like my picture in the background? And sorry, I had to charge my laptop to do this because I'm doing it on my Mac laptop for the very first time. And it's so different than from using a phone. But I like it because I can see your comments here. So guys, just get settled, get your popcorn, snacks. I'm going to step away for a second. I'll be right back, I promise. Get settled again here. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be doing these lives on YouTube as well. I've kind of neglected y'all, focusing a lot on Instagram, which Instagram is good, but I really like here in YouTube. So can y'all see these? Road to Nowhere Oracle deck. It's a spirit speak divination card deck. You could say this is like an unboxing. I got these out of off of Ritual Craft. Hi guys, and just got them today. They are based out of, it's a company based out of Denver, Colorado, and I just love the energy behind these cards. So if you have not yet checked it out, go ahead and check them out. I think their website is like Ritual Craft. It's C-R-A-V-T. It's not spelled like craft, like the craft. So those of you that are tuning in today, a lot of you have asked about dreams and wanting to know why you're having recurring dreams or why certain dreams continue to, be very prevalent, or you have maybe lucid dreaming. So I'm going to try to cover all of that. The first thing, okay, let me just see here. Madame Pamita does both YouTube and IG at the same time for her live. Yeah, I know. She's really good at it. I love Madame Pamita. I really should have my camera set up right now here for my Instagram, but I kind of get sidetracked sometimes when I've tried it before, and it's like I'm doing this way and looking that way. Yay, y'all are on. I'm so excited. So like I said, I promised that my rays of light and all of you that are tuning in and are subscribers to my channel, that I would be doing lives here on YouTube. And as promised, I am. So I'm going to be doing some readings here. If you want to ask a question, just one question, and then I can give you that insight. I'm going to be utilizing my cards, the cards that I got, this deck, as well as my intuition. Normally, I don't need cards. I can read, but I want to kind of incorporate it because sometimes I believe like you using something tangible and you can see it, it's going to be very beneficial to y'all to see what I'm pulling. So about dreams. Okay, so a lot of us that are tuning in right now, you may be asking why you're having a specific dream. To answer that question is our soul. This is a human body. This is a vessel that carries our soul. Okay, we're awake most of the time. Maybe about 18 of those hours in a day, or some of us, are maybe 13 or 14 hours we're awake. It just depends on how many hours you sleep. And the body needs to recuperate. Our human vessel needs to restore. And when it does, it kind of allows our soul to escape from the body. So when we are in dream time, it is almost like our soul gets to take a little mini vacation away from all of our thoughts and our processes. And we don't normally go to sleep. And I'm going to not try to get so scientific on it. But people mostly, when we sleep, we don't always get into that REM state or into the deep sleep where, most people, well, some people get to. I know for myself, I'm not a solid sleeper. I'm always waking up. But the soul does escape. And oftentimes when our soul is escaping from the body, it's traveling on the astral realm, and we're astrally traveling. The thing with that is that, like for myself, I know I'm a spiritual teacher on the other side. So when I am astrally traveling on the other side, I usually tend to wake up very tired, always like drained of energy, or throughout the day I'm just yawning like I hadn't slept at all. And the fact of the matter is that my physical body was sleeping, but I was astrally traveling. And so we go to different dimensions on the other side. We can communicate with celebrities that have passed. We can communicate with loved ones that have passed. And sometimes you may just have a whole group of new people that you've never seen in your life. And these are spiritual guides, maybe angels that are appearing in your dream. When we have a recurring dream, there are several different possibilities of why we're having recurring dreams. One of them is that there is a specific message. Like for myself, I've always had a recurring dream, and it sounds very, very weird, but the recurring dream that I've had is me being in high school and repeating my high school. And I'm inside this high school, and I'm walking around, and I'm looking for my schedule, and I go into the office, and I'm trying to get my schedule. Hi, guys. Thank you for tuning in and for being here. And I get my schedule, and I'm trying to go on to the next classes, but I'm late, and I'm like, then it all clicks in when I get to one of the classes, and I'm like, why am I even here? It's like in the dream, I was like, why am I even here? I know that I've already graduated high school once. So why am I redoing it again and again and again? And for me, it was definitely high school for myself was a big turning point in my life. It was very traumatic in some cases. Well, school period was traumatic for me. And I feel like in many ways that this was one of my lessons that I had to learn here in the physical world here on earth. So actually going through this recurring dream, it's because there's something that I needed to learn from it. And for me, it was like almost like learning that even though I'm repeating it and I already graduated, that in many ways I'm still learning a lot of things that I didn't get to learn in school, like learning about people and reconnecting. Here in my waking life, I've reconnected to a lot of people that I haven't talked to in years from school, that, peers that I had gone to school with. So there's a lot of different interpretations. Another thing that I get often asked about is about death. When we dream about someone dying, are they literally going to die? Okay, there's some people that actually have that gift in their dream time where they're communicating with spirits, and they're able to, actually kind of have like a premonition about somebody passing before they pass. Hi, guys. And then you have some people that dream death, but it's not meant in the literal sense. Death is a finality. Just like when we, use tarot cards, some people, and you pull the death card, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is death that's coming to you or to someone you love. Death is symbolic of an ending. It's symbolic of, a new cycle, a new rebirth. So when we get into, death in a dream, that could be some part of you that is dying, or that needs to, that you need to kind of end some kind of cycle you need to end in your life to move forward. And so that's kind of like somebody said, that dream in high school is more like a nightmare, Karen. Yeah, it really was. It was so weird. And out in the dream, it's like, I remembered, I was like, why am I even dreaming this? Like, this doesn't make any kind of sense to be dreaming about something that I've already done. Those of you that have sexual dreams, dreams that, you know, you're having intimacy with someone, in those cases, sometimes it may not actually be dreaming, and it may actually be astral sexual encounters. And I will say that because a lot of people reconnect with their twin flame, or connect with their twin flame or a soulmate before they've met them on the astral side. So it is very possible to have sex on the astral side with someone. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. So in many cases, sometimes if you're distant from your soulmate or from your twin flame, it's very, very possible to already have that kind of connection. And that's why in the waking life, if you know who that is, a lot of you may be feeling like a strong pull or connection to this person, or even sexual feelings. And you're like, well, why do I feel that if I've never met them in person? And that's because our souls are older than you think. And that could be your soulmate or your twin flame that you've already connected to without realizing on the other side. And you're having that kind of relationship, very intimate. And there are some people that are able to actually, you know, astrally project and do that without having to go into a dream state. So there's a lot of facets, and it's very interesting when we delve into dream states. For those that are getting dreams about snakes, maybe you are dreaming snakes are surrounding you, or snakes are coming around you. That could be an indication that you have people, enemies, or you have people that are very negative around you, almost like energy vampires. And it's just giving you, kind of, spirit is giving you that sign to get away from it. You know, if you're dreaming about somebody chasing you, or you're chasing somebody, if you're chasing somebody in your dream, that could be very symbolic of you actually chasing someone in your waking life. You could be chasing after in something that is not meant for you. And basically spirit is there to kind of let you know that you've got to let go. Interestingly enough, I am a medium as well, and I connect a lot with the dead when I'm doing readings and stuff like that. I had a dream, and I've talked about this before, and it was regarding a place that I was working at. It was a home health agency, and we had a delivery driver. His name was Oscar. And that person actually was working for the company at the time. And the night before he passed, I had a dream that I was in the cemetery, and walking through there, I saw death, and it was dressed all in black in a cloak, and it was all white, very pale, and it extended its hand to me, but I never took the hand. I looked down to one of the tombstones, and I saw a name, but it was a different person in the agency. I woke up the next day, we all went to work, and then we were all immediately called into the conference room. And when I went into the conference room, I was immediately, they told all of us the news that he had passed away delivering medical equipment the night before. And he had a massive heart attack and died there right outside of the vehicle, and they found his body. So again, that is, yes, I did see, you want to call that the Grim Reaper or Archangel Azrael, death itself, yes, all dressed in black. It can appear in different versions, but death, the angel of death, is real, and it does exist. It just depends on whether or not, you know, how you've been socially conditioned, whether you believe in it or not. But it's very interesting that I had that kind of dream. So that's why I'm saying some of these dreams can be an indication of somebody in your waking life that is going to pass. But again, sometimes it may not. You just kind of have to keep a dream journal if you dream a lot. I typically don't dream a lot, or if I do, I don't remember. And a lot of times we're not going to remember a lot of these encounters and stuff because the astral realm is on a different frequency, and it's the spirit realm is on a different frequency, and it's not compatible with our physical reality, and so we're not going to remember. That's why a lot of us will have these wild, vivid dreams, and we're only allowed to remember snippets, or we may not remember all of it, just one thing that actually you know, occurred in that dream. So yeah, for those of you that are tuning in, if you've had those kind of occurrences, definitely, you know, do that. So, kind of get like a journal, write down your dreams, whatever stood out. Was it a place that stood out, a color? Did you see movement, or somebody that you didn't recognize? What was said to you? Because there is so much. So yes, astral travel is very real. Astral projection is very real. But a lot of times we are astrally projecting and not even aware of it during our dream time. And that's when our soul kind of gets pulled out and we kind of like go different places. So that I wanted to talk about that. I also wanted to talk about really quick about your home and your living space. A lot of people have asked me time and time again, well, how do I know if I have spirits around me in my home? How do I know if I have, things that are occurring in my living space that are affecting me? Okay, so typically if you have a haunting going on or you have spirit around you, you're going to feel your physical body, especially if you're an empath or a sensitive, you're going to feel an array of different symptoms. And typically you're going to feel sick if you have so many spirits around you. And I'm not talking about one spirit. I'm talking about several spirits around you. And some of these spirits may be kind of malicious. Some of them may be just kind of mischievous. And some of them may be good. But the fact of the matter is that spirit is always around us. And we can have maybe 3 or 4 or 5 different spirits aligned. And if you're a medium and you're open to that, you are a magnet for spirits. So you're going to have spirits coming from all of your neighborhood, and all of your family that has loved ones, your partner. They're all going to be around you in that living space. And this can cause stagnation. It can cause you to start feeling sick. So a lot of times when there's a lot of negative spirits around you, you're going to start feeling stomach pains. You're going to have diarrhea. And I know that's TMI. I'm sorry about that. But I'm keeping it real here. And I'm just giving you exactly what you're going to have. You're going to have nightmares. You're going to have feeling uneasy. You may start noticing changes in your partner, changes in their, because ghosts, spirits and ghosts, a lot of people don't realize that having them around you, if they're earthbound, they can actually step in to a person. And some people call it a possession. Some people call it a walk-in. It's almost the same thing. And basically they can take over for a short period of time on someone in the family. And you may notice that they're not acting like themselves. They're not on drugs. They're not, mental or bipolar, but they're just acting for some reason out of character. And it's like almost like somebody else looking back at you. And so, yes, you'll be feeling sick. You'll know if there's bad energy in your home or you have a lot of spirit activity, because you're going to start noticing changes in your environment. And your number one thing that you're going to notice is your health is affected. If you're a sensitive, if you're an empath, if you're a medium, you're going to start feeling sick. You're going to start having these dreams, like I said. And so when you're in that kind of situation, what you have to do is either call in someone to help you, get an assistance of a medium, or you can do it yourself. You can get sage, Palo Santo, walk around. Typically, I tell people to cleanse an area or a space, and everybody has their different opinion on how to do it. Open all the doors and windows, if possible, in your home. Start from the back of the house or the back part of your house and working your way forward, and go through each room with the Palo Santo, with the sage, and ask spirit to remove all negative energy. You can say something, you can say whatever you want, basically. But I typically say, I ask all negative energy to leave. You're not welcome here. Only love and light is able to remain. And I go around with the sage stick and I smudge the area while saying this over and over and over. And I go working on my way to the front of the room or the house. And then when I'm done, I give it about 5 minutes, then close all the doors. You want to let that energy to have a way to escape out, right? So you don't want that energy around you. If you have the doors closed, windows closed, a lot of that energy that's negative is going to stay trapped there. So again, you can do that. Some mediums, if they can open up a portal of light and just let spirits that are good, that maybe just are there, trapped, and have them cross over. And it's just a way of visualizing of that as you're doing that. So there's different ways of doing that and different ways on getting that done. How often do you sage? That's a very good question. That came from Sweet Pea. I sage daily only because I do work. So I sage multiple times after a reading, well, before a reading, after a reading, and then sometimes at the end of the day, I, sage the whole space. This could be the whole house. It just depends. Some days I don't do readings. I have to, preserve my energy. So those days I don't really have to worry about it. It just depends. You can also have selenite and black tourmaline if you have a lot of spiritual activity in your home, or if you're a medium. These are temporary band-aids. It's not permanent. So that's why it's going to be good to repeat saging and smudging and all that. Yes, it can be scary, but you don't want to give it into fear. That's the biggest thing. You don't want to, someone says, please come back to Instagram. I am on Instagram. I just, I'm not doing the live today on Instagram. Can you sage a human? Yes, you can. You can even sage your pet. And another way that you'll know that spirit is around is that pets are very intuitive themselves. So if you have a dog or a cat, you're going to notice that they are going to start making sounds. They're going to start barking erratically or looking into one odd space, and you don't see anyone there, but they see, it's like they're seeing somebody standing there and they're just barking, barking, barking. But if you have spirits, good or bad, around you, don't be fearful, because we have more power. So you don't want to be fearful of that negative that's negative energy and a low vibration. Just ask your archangels to come in and kind of also help you to do that assistance. So I'm seeing a lot of comments here. I wish I could read all of them. It's going really quick, guys. Yeah, and babies can see spirits too. That's absolutely right, Robin. Babies are very sensitive as well, and small children. So something that we may not see, they will be able to see. And one of the things that I also want to say is that if you're a medium or you have spiritual abilities, you're not going to always see the spirits that other people see. I may be able to see a certain spirit, and somebody else that has the same kind of gift as me, or or is gifted, is not going to be able to see spirit. Spirit will only appear to the people that they want to be seen by, and sometimes they can appear to everyone in the house, or to everyone that they want to appear, in their surroundings. So there's a whole bunch of this, and I cover a lot of this in my book, Starseed Footsteps, which I wrote back in 2018. It was released in September 2018. So it's been about, this September, it will be a year that it's been released, and I've gotten a lot of positive reviews. I talk about what happens to spirits, etc. So if you have not checked out that book, I definitely recommend it. For those of you that have read it, it's a great book. It has so many of these different topics that I cover to help you better understand. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of like looking this way because I'm looking and reading the comments that you are putting here. Hello, Raymond. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. My family dog always barks at me when I visit the family. Yeah, that Anthony Wu. Thank you so much. Yeah, that could be very much so that spirit is around you and you're not aware of it, and the dog is picking up on that. You can get my book off of Amazon or Barnes & Noble. It is there. Or if you want to get an autographed copy, you can order it off my website. And Glow said, the other day I was working on the yard and I felt as if being watched. I looked twice and it was a silhouette. Since then, I've been upset tummy for 3 days. Yeah, that's typically, and sometimes, even though you have spirits around you and they may be good, you can still be affected by the energy, because this is death. When you're sensitive and you're a medium, you're going to start picking up on how they may have died. They may have died. If your tummy is being affected, that's how I do when I do readings. That's how I'll know. I feel and process their death. So maybe they died from colon cancer, or maybe they had an intestinal issue before death. You're going to pick up on these kind of symptoms. And that is what we call processing death. And as mediums, that's what we do. We start feeling affected. Well, for me, I'm a physical medium, so I will be very much affected. There's mental mediums that really are more rely on their psychic abilities and don't really feel physical symptoms and get attacked like we do, or when we process this. So yeah, if somebody has been hung, they committed suicide, I'll feel pain around my neck. Typically, there's just a lot of different ways of feeling. If someone had a heart attack, I'm going to feel right in my chest, a tightness, and that's kind of how spirit starts channeling, and we start understanding what spirit is trying to say. I'm just trying to read this here, everybody. Heavy energy today. Yeah. How have y'all been feeling with these, the eclipse and the full moon in Capricorn? That eclipse that just happened. Right now we're in the full moon energy, and then we have all these retrogrades. Mercury just went in retrograde. So yeah, that is very, very, very bad. Those of you that also wanted me to talk about sleep paralysis. Somebody says, Jen Vance or J.N. Vance says, Ray, what about sleep demons? That's sleep paralysis. And a lot of times when we are in sleep paralysis, you can pick up different entities from different spiritual realms. And it's almost like you're in between the awakened state and semi-sleep state. And you still are conscious. You're awake and you're seeing things around you move. You're seeing entities move and you can't move. You're paralyzed. But like you're caught in between both worlds, kind of. That's what sleep paralysis is. It's like you've astral traveled out of your body and you've come back in. You're awake in some way, slightly awake, but you're still kind of also with a foot into the spiritual realm. It's kind of hard to kind of explain, but if you really pay attention to it, it's not that difficult to understand. It's basically you're kind of awake but still asleep in some way, and you're seeing entities and you're seeing things, and some of them can be kind of scary. And that happens sometimes because our bodies, our souls, when they kind of are astrally traveling and they try to come back into our body, it may have not made it back in time. And there's an entity, and I like that movie. What's that movie's name? Insidious. With that, the medium, and how she's traveling in the soul, if it doesn't come right back in, that is very true in many cases. Because when our soul's astrally traveling, a lot of times we are protected from entities, but that is also an invite for entities to come into our realm and follow us back. And so a lot of times this is what you're experiencing and seeing. It's very scary, but I always recommend having hematite, that crystal, underneath your bed, your pillow. You can also have like a bowl of salt with bay leaves underneath your bed or right beside you. This kind of protects the aura or the energy around you at nighttime. There's different things. As a witch, there's a lot of herbs and things that I use as well. So there's just so many array of things, and what's going to work for one person may not work for the other. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start doing readings with these cards for people. So if you want to get a reading, just comment. Let me go ahead before y'all ask. Let me just give you the messages. So if you want a reading, just say yes. Comment yes. And I'll give you what Spirit is saying rather than asking a question. Okay, Jill T. I'm going to start with Jill T. Y'all go slow on me because you're going very fast. I see all these yeses. Oh, my God. This is crazy. So I'm shuffling the cards, and I'm not looking at them. I'm just shuffling. I'm going to kind of raise it so y'all can see. I'm a poor shuffler. Like I said, I don't use cards to typically read people at all. I use them to read myself because, as mediums and spiritualists, we can't really read ourselves. So we may get insight. Like I do get insight from Spirit. But I use cards to read myself to see, what's the message of the day, etc. So let's get into this nitty-gritty. I'm going to pull 2 cards per person. So Jill T., I hope you're tuning in. Guys, feel free to donate if you want to support my channel. There's that little $sign. If you want to donate, I will start doing the donations first. People that have questions or want me to read and give you the message from Spirit, you can donate. So I'll do those first, and then I'll get to the ones that are commenting yes. So I'm going to try to do as many as I can here. I'm going to be here until about 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I still got some time here. Okay, so Jill T., if you're tuning in, I'm going to pull up 2 cards. I'm not looking. I don't do the way that a lot of tarot readers do, or ask the people, would you like to kind of like, cut the deck into 3, etc. When I'm reading myself, I do, but if I'm using it like this now, because my oracle cards are coming out. Thank you, Kim Sanchez. So she's next, Kim Sanchez, but I'm doing Jill T. right now. But when I'm coming out with my oracle cards, so I'm very excited about that, and I'll be doing like a release about it and do that. So Jill, you got boundaries. There's something in your life right now that you need to set some special boundaries. And again, I don't read cards like they do off of the books. I like to do it intuitively. So there's something in your waking life, I would say, from this card that Spirit had me pull, that you're needing to set some and create some boundaries. This could be people taking advantage of you, or you just having a good heart wanting to do above and beyond. And so typically, this is my first time working on this, but Spirit is saying that you need to create healthy boundaries for yourself, because there's just, you're feeling unbalanced in your life. So that's the first card. The second card is Mary. And so typically when I'm looking at this right now, that's the Mother Mary. This represents the female aspect, the divine feminine in yourself. Notice that there is the color of rainbow, but everything seems gray in the background. So there's stagnation. To me, when I'm looking at this card, I'm feeling and seeing, Jill, that there is some kind of stagnation in your life. You're not necessarily where you want to be in your career, possibly even in your relationship, your love life. And so there is a reminder here that you need to love yourself. And notice how the figure here is, I'm looking at it, and that's how I kind of intuitively read it. She's hugging herself and reminding herself self-care is so important, and we need to love ourselves completely. So if you haven't, started practicing self-care, this is for Jill T. You need to start doing that, hun, because that's what Spirit is trying to say. And the last card I got for you is meditation. You may be feeling very disconnected from Spirit. So Spirit is saying right now that you need to kind of, meditate. You need to relax, and that will help you get the answers that you're seeking. Because I feel like you're very all over the place, Jill. This is coming for Jill T. So definitely, this is the card that is coming up. Meditation, you can see the couple there, and they're just in that Zen-like place. The answers, a lot of people don't realize, but the answers that we seek are always in us. It's there. So that's how I interpret this card. And so I hope that you were able to resonate with those messages. But this is typically what Spirit is saying. Jill T said, "Oh my." So I hope, hun, that they did help. Thank you for asking, for me to read for you using cards. This is something new. It's kind of fun. I like reading with cards too. I can do it both ways. But let me see. Let me go to the ones that have donated. Where are you? Okay, so I had Judy R. Love reading and pregnancy. Okay, hun. This is for Judy R. I'm going to shuffle down here. I want to raise my hand. It's so weird doing it on a laptop. But I like it on the laptop because I can see y'all, even though my skin looks horrible on Okay, this is for Judy R. And she's asking about love and pregnancy. Ray, you better shut down donations or you'll be here. All right, so Judy, the first card that I got is Venus. Venus is the planet that's associated with love. And so there is a potential here for love. Also, I don't know if you're looking at creating this could be you having thoughts of having a child, or you very focused on children right now. This could be your children if you have children. But I am seeing here with Venus that it's a reminder of love. So typically when I am reading myself and I see the love card in this deck, this would be, I would say it would be like considered the love card in some kind of way, or representing just like the Two of Cups and the regular Rider-Waite. So love is there. You're very open to it. And I feel like there is going to be a loving relationship for you, Judy, that is on its way. But it's just a matter of you really, having confidence. I feel like you're not fully sure where you want to be when it comes into love. Let's see what the next card says here. Burn for you. So this makes me believe that there is somebody that you may be with or have feelings for. And notice how they're doing candle magic to call in love. These little characters that you see here with these cards, and again, these cards are fire. I really like them. This is very witchy. These are typically candles that are used to call in love spells. They're opposite sex, and they have same-sex candles as well. So there is somebody that you want to be with, but again, the way that it's coming through, it's like you have that passion burning for someone, or you will, but I'm not necessarily positive that that other person will be responding to you the same way. Because typically when magic is having to be used on a person, and not that you're doing that, but in this card, the way that it's coming through, it's like it's symbolic in many ways. That love may or may not be there, and it may not be solid enough or strong enough to withstand. But again, we have that. You have that, Judy. You have that ability, as you know, someone in this life to reclaim your power. The future is unwritten. Well, basically, you need to ask yourself: is this person the right person? Once you are, you know, in that space, and that will be your guiding force. The last card I got for you is progression. So this is a positive thing to me. It feels like this relationship has potential. Your love life has potential, because progression to me is, and then represents, look, the man is there, you can see the lover. It has progression to evolve. Your love life is not going to be stagnant like the way that you're thinking it's going to be, or what you're afraid of. Just release any insecurities or any kind of, you know, doubts that you're having on yourself. I really feel very positive. Again, this is progression, that card. So I hope that helps you, Judy. And again, these are just mini readings that I'm doing with the cards. So this is not like an in-depth reading, because I typically just see a photograph of a person when I'm reading privately. And that's how I read, you know, off of a photograph. And then if y'all want to send questions, it's up to 5 questions on my reading. So let me get on to the next one. And thank you, Judy, again. Let's see here. Lady Gemologist. Let's see what comes up for you, Lady Gemologist. And thank you so much, guys, for those of you that are donating. You're welcome, Judy. Lots of love to you. So these readings are a little general. I don't like to use the word generic. They're general. I am trying to combine my insight or my intuitive abilities. And I do a lot of Instagram lives, which if I get to see you face to face, it makes it easier to connect. And a lot of people have asked me, how can you connect to these energies when there's so many people? It's difficult, because that's why I don't like to do a lot of live readings. I kind of limit them. But like on Instagram, I can bring y'all on and see your face. That's why I tend to do a lot of live readings there. Here in this room, there's just so much. So I'm doing a reading right now for Lady Gemologist, and I had a card. Making me work getting my cardio here. The first card that popped out was Golden. This is for Lady Gemologist. So for me, this is referring to gold, which is richness, finances, Lady Gemologist. I would say that you are very focused right now on your finances. Maybe you are wanting to earn more income, financially be a little bit more better. And so gold is typically a divine masculine energy. And when I look at the green candle, it means healing. So you may be going through some hardships in the next couple of months if you're not already with money. But let's see what the other cards say. This is kind of how I interpret it, from just intuitively looking at the images as well. And it is the image of a horse. So there's coins here in the background, and there is the candle. I feel like things are going to be changing for you positive. This is for Lady Gemologist. Let's see what the other 2 cards are. I haven't pulled them because one just popped out. So I'm pulling out the other one. Okay. So the next card for you is the other side. So maybe you've been asking Spirit or communicating with your loved ones in some kind of way, asking them for a sign, or even your angels or spirit guides, that your finances are going to get better, that your life overall is going to get better, not just finances, but maybe your home life and your happiness. And so Spirit is saying here that there is communication. This is a Ouija board, so you can see there. Now, guys, don't use a Ouija board. I don't condone that, even though this image is here. But definitely, I would say that when you're looking at this card, and when I'm looking at it, and y'all are looking at it the other side, there is communication that is coming through from Spirit. So I feel like there is definitely a female energy around you. This is for Lady Gemologist. I do see a lady image, a lady energy around you, and she is communicating, reminding you. This could be like a grandmother figure, or somebody on your mom's side of the family that has passed, and she's reminding you that things are going to get better. Okay, Spirit is with you. You're not alone. That's the second card. And the last card for you was the Star. To me, when I get the star, in the traditional deck, it means something different, like, confronting a lot of the darkness, or illumination on things that you're not clear of. But here in this picture, the way that it's depicted, it's so funny. They use Dolly Parton on here, and you see all these different candles. She's a star, and I feel like this is just symbolic of spirit saying that you're going to be successful in those projects and the things that you're working for. And this is Lady Gemologist. So you just need to keep holding on to that faith and connect to your higher power, to the higher power, God source. Start praying to Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, and that's going to help you. And again, that was for Lady Gemologist. So thank you so much, sweetheart, for being here tonight, and I hope these messages do make sense to you. All right, so let's get to the next one. And again, guys, the way that I read cards is totally different when I use them, like in this kind of live that I'm doing to read. And even for myself, I don't go off of the manual for these, whatever card that I get. I use my intuitive abilities to read or to interpret that. So I'm getting to the people that have donated first, and then I'll get to the ones in the list that have, if y'all haven't donated, I haven't forgotten about y'all. Your Reverend Jenny Osorio says you're cool. Well, you're cool too. Thank you so much for being so sweet, all of you. I love my rays of light. Really and truly, I love all of you. I'm so grateful that you are here tonight, just even being here with me. This is for Angel Blue 27834. Angel Blue 2738. 27834. If you're not listening, you're welcome, Lady Gemologist. If you're listening, let me go ahead and I'm shuffling. I'm pulling out. Okay, I'm going to pull out 3 cards. I like 3 because it's very symbolic of the Triquetra. It's symbolic of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yes, I believe in God. And it's just a lucky number. I love 3. I've always seen 333 for the longest time. So, okay, for you, the first card I got, Angel Blue, is tangible. You need proof. You're a skeptic. You're someone that is maybe believes in spirit and you believe in the higher power. You believe that there are things in the universe, but you still are very doubtful. And you see that these cards are here. That means that you're reaching out for answers. You may be needing to use tarot cards or oracle cards to kind of condition your own spiritual gifts. I pick up that you're an empath, but you're also a psychic intuitive. And the answers that you seek are in front of you, but you need tangible proof. This is spirit tonight here using me to use these cards to give you those answers. So you got a lot going on in your life. I immediately pick up a lot with your love life, some concerns there. I also feel like career-wise, maybe financially with your job, I feel like there's a lot of back and forth. So let me see what the next card comes up in. Ships. I don't know if you're unhappy with where you're at. Typically, when I see this, that means that there's some kind of move in your life, not necessarily moving to a different home or apartment or living space, but there's some kind of move that you need to make and you're procrastinating on. Maybe this is due to fear that you're holding on to. Spirit is saying basically that there is a move on the horizon. And typically people ask me, well, how many months are before this is going to happen? And how I read this is the number 32. How I interpret it is that I read the 3 plus the 2. I combine it numerically, 5 months. So within 5 months from now, from this reading today, there are some major changes that are coming, and that's how I interpret it. So what is it? We're in July? So by the end of the year, by December, January, you're going to start noticing some changes that you're going to start implementing into your life. So that's that. And the last card is channeling. You're a medium, like I said, spiritual abilities, and you're going to start developing your abilities. They're going to start coming more. Right now, I feel like you kind of are disconnected from it. This is for Angel Blue, possibly because you have a lot of worries. And typically when we're worried or stressed, we disconnect from our higher self and from our abilities. So you need to start practicing on meditating, and that's going to help you to reconnect. So definitely this is showing channeling. There are spirits that are around you trying to get in contact with you. So pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to how you feel. Any signs and symbols you may be left you may be starting seeing synchronicities with numbers. over and over, like 333, 222. And that's just basically Spirit reaffirming again, there's something, when we see angel numbers, that it's something in our life that we need to change, but either fear is holding us back or something else, and we just need some healing and we need to go forth. So let go of any, negative feelings that you've had towards other people because of what they've done to you. That's kind of like what I feel intuitively, not just by this card, but intuitively. And that's holding you back. It's creating stagnation. You would also benefit from getting an uncrossing candle, and I would burn that for 7 days, hun. And so again, that is for Angel Blue 27834. All right, so thank you so much. I hope those messages resonated with you. Let's see here. Gemini, my sweetheart. Gemini, from another Gemini. May 26th here. Guys, thank you so much for the donations. I really, really appreciate it. I'm seeing them, and I am going through the donations first. So if you want to donate, whatever you can. If not, after I get out of the donations, then I will go into the comments as time allows, and I will definitely focus on that. Sorry, I have a lot of spiritual energy right now around me. I can feel it. Can y'all feel it? Okay, this is for Gemini. Okay. First card is mystery. There's something that you're holding back. I feel like for you being a Gemini, it would make sense that we don't always say everything that we're thinking. There's something, I feel like this could be around your creative space, even your love life. You not necessarily speaking everything that you're needing to say or do. And so there's a mysterious part of yourself. And typically when we are very mysterious, I feel like in some cases, this could actually hold you back in many ways from being happy. Because again, people, if you're holding on to things and you're not, communicating and it's bothering you, you're not releasing it into a proper way or into the universe, back to the universe. And so you could feel some stagnation. I feel like, this is also saying that there's a lot of aspirations because there's a building on the back and there's lips and it's saying, I just saw it. I didn't pay attention to it. It's a hand and it's going like that. Can y'all see it? I'm going to hold it up here. Okay, so yeah, you're being hush-hush, Gemini. I don't know what it is exactly that you're holding on to. I feel like this is around your love life. Also, maybe you don't want someone to know your thoughts. But I feel like there is some communication that needs to be taken place. Also, I don't know if you're having any abdominal issues as well, but right here, like right underneath the breast, right where under the breastbone, right around the stomach area, I'm getting some pains when I tune into you. With this card. So there's a lot of anxiety and tension. You're not properly releasing your stress or anxiety, and it may be affecting your health if you're not careful. Meditation is going to be very important for you. Again, this is for Gemini. And then the second card I got for you is fruitfulness. So the things that you're wanting, notice that there is a butterfly there. That's typically with spirit. If things are going to blossom, things are going to be sweet. Fruit are typically indication of things that are sweet in our life. And you've had a lot of sour experiences from what spirit is saying. So there's change coming. Things are going to get sweeter for you. Things are going to get much better for you. You're going to be guided by spirit into all of this. And I feel like this is going to happen within 9 months from now, or possibly even in September, starting September, because the card is an 18. I combine that again numerically down to a single digit, which is 9. So either September or it could possibly be 9 months from now. But I do feel like it's going to be at some work that is needed, Gemini. And I feel like it's going to be definitely 12 months, like a whole cycle. So over the next 12 months, things are going to progressively get better for you, hun. And that is what I'm seeing with this card. And this is for Gemini. Okay, so the last card for you is golden. Again, Gemini, when it comes to money, I feel like that's a very important thing for you as well, being a Gemini. right now you could be noticing that you maybe have overspent, or you have a tendency to kind of overspend, or looking at your budget, or maybe even at your job and wanting to earn more, or finding new ways of streams of income, multiple revenues. You're considering your money situation and how you can facilitate that or get into a better space when it comes to your finances. So watching what you're spending. But again, I see that, there's going to be some changes, all positive, which when you put this card and this card together, fruitfulness, it's sweet, it's getting sweet. And then you got the gold. Everything that you touch is going to turn to gold. So you got to stay positive. Things are going to be changing for the positive. These are very good cards. Like I said, if y'all haven't gotten this deck, y'all need to get this deck. I don't like to promote a lot of things, but typically, like when I find a deck that I really, really like, I go for it. And it just dropped another card, so let me get it. Okay. So I hope that resonated with you, Gemini. Okay, Kathy Rigby. Hi, Kathy. Hope you're doing good tonight. Ooh. Said I suck at shuffling cards. I will be wrapping it up, though, in a couple of minutes. Got 15 minutes here, and then I'll be wrapping it up. It's good because this live tells me we've been doing this for about 51 minutes. So got 15 more minutes. So let me get here. Okay, Kathy, I'm pulling 3 cards for you. The deck, for those of you that are asking, it's called the Road to Nowhere Oracle deck, and it's by it's by made in Joshua Tree, California in 2017 by Mary Elizabeth Evans. So shout out to Mary Elizabeth Evans, whoever she is, for doing these cards, designing them. Okay, Kathy, for you, I got the first card is Waves, the ocean. Purification. When you see these, this reminds me of Pisces, or the sign of Pisces. It reminds me of needing purification in your life. There's something that you're purifying in your life. Fish are very symbolic with the holy, so I feel like you have angels around you. Not only is that, but it's also filling your cup. Your cup is full of water here, and then you have the ocean on the background. So I feel like you are in many ways getting a lot of purification. You're going through that. You're also getting fulfillment on some level on the emotional side. Not necessarily needing somebody to fulfill you, but your own self is more than capable of that. There are 2 fish here, and they are communicating, which makes me feel again that you may be closed off to love, but in some way, love is coming in many ways when we see the fish and the Pisces. It's also a sign. When we talk about Pisces and the fish, it's always an intuitive sign. Pisces is a very intuitive sign. So your own spiritual abilities are going to start becoming a lot more prevalent. There's a lot more connection to spirit coming for you. So if you've been doubting your abilities or not feeling like you can connect, you are going to be connecting with them. So again, I also feel like this could also indicate that you are going to be taking a trip, Kathy, within, let me see, within 2 months from now. So within 2 months, or maybe an impromptu trip that may not make any sense tonight. Hold on to this message for right now if it doesn't resonate, but there is some kind of trip for you. I'm more than positive. The next card is, which is a very weird word, calm modification. And I've never heard of that before. But as we see here, we have horses, and it looks like the Buddha statue on here. To me, this is representative of a very masculine energy and a feminine energy, the divine, finding balance. I feel like this top one is the feminine aspect. This is the masculine aspect. As above, so below. Again, finding balance in your life. This is about finding balance. I keep feeling like you're not very balanced right now. You could be feeling a lot of anxiety, feeling like things are not necessarily playing out the way that you want. And so again, this is coming from Spirit, that there is some greater, some peace that's coming to you, but there is going to be some balance that is required, some releasing of, worries. I think you're very much worried about the future, worried about, what's going to be coming. And that's what Spirit is saying, to release those worries. Typically when I see a horse, I'm thinking, it's traveling, it's going forward. It's, there's two different, it seems like both horses are going the same direction. Again, this has like a little hint of flirting. Notice how the female horse is kind of looking at the other male horse. So again, I know that may sound silly to those of you that are listening. Again, this is what I'm feeling and seeing from the card itself. So the last card I got is listen. Listen. And notice there's a female, she's playing the violin, and then there's like the crystal ball there. So listen to Spirit. Spirit is talking to you. If you look inside the crystal ball, there is Spirit's faces inside. Can you see the faces? They're about right here. So Spirit is communicating. You need to pay attention to that message, Kathy, and start listening greater to Spirit. I feel like they've been communicating with you, but for some reason, maybe or not, you feel like they're not communicating, but pay attention to that, okay? So thank you so much, sweetheart. I hope that made sense to you. Next one is Teresa Lopez. Teresa, I am here, and I'm ready. And yeah, I could be here all night. So, but I can't. So I have to limit it to 1 hour because I have other things to do as well. But I still have some time here. I have about 10 more minutes. So 10 more minutes. This is for Teresa Lopez. I'm trying to read all the comments as well. You're welcome, Kathy. Okay, here is the message for Teresa. The first one is Guardian. You got people that have passed, Teresa, people on the other side. I feel like a masculine energy. This could be a father figure or even a grandfather figure on the other side. But I also see that you have, I don't know who had the miscarriage or the children. This is not what I'm seeing here, but I'm getting it intuitively. There is someone that had a miscarriage at one time, and that child is in spirit with that man on the other side as well. But your loved ones, you are protected. So I feel like there's something in your life, maybe around your family. I pick up very much family vibes, and you may be feeling unsettled, not having the support, wondering if, things are going to be going well. But I definitely see here that you are protected. That's why you got the Guardian here card. The next one is the Conduit. If you see here, this is like a face, a portal, an opening. You have spiritual abilities, Teresa. It's a matter of you releasing the fear. I think a lot of us are in the closet sometimes with our gifts, worried about what other people are going to think, our family. Who cares? This is your spiritual path. You need to start working with crystals, hun. You see the crystals here? There's a lot of different stones or crystals here and the design around them. For you, I want to say that you have heart chakra trauma. You have issues with your heart. You've been heartbroken before. You have gone through some maybe family issues, some hardships, harder lessons. Look into malachite and prenite crystals. These are to be worn as a pendant. I sell them in my shop as well. I'll be updating the shop tonight. Look forward to seeing those. You would benefit from working with crystals, meditating, listening to what Spirit has to say. The last card you got here is one that I really don't like. It's the Hypnotist. And there's a snake there. And there's a guy in the background. There's pain around a guy, a strong masculine energy. Either somebody in the past, this could be love life related, or someone in the present. But what it is showing me here, there's deception. The snake or the serpent is typically someone that's very sly, very slick. There's been pain caused by this person. Hypnotizing. In other words, is trying to get you to see what they want you to see, to control you. It's a card of control. So some male has had some kind of control over you in the past, possibly. And this could be also very future oriented for you to stay awakened. So this message is not necessarily just telling you, it's telling you to be aware, basically. And that's what I get from Spirit, for you to be aware, because there is someone here that is a male energy that definitely is not a good person. And I feel like, this is someone to just watch for, because if you're not careful, this person can try to control you in some kind of way, or they have in the past. But you're going to break free from all of this. Like the conduit, when I hold these cards up, these were the cards, the guardian, you're protected. So the first card that came out was protection. So whoever this is, you're still protected, and things are going to work out in your favor. But it's a matter of you trusting and also stepping into your own power. Once you can realize and step into your power, things are not going to be the same for this individual, whoever it is. So lots of love and light and hugs to you, Teresa Lopez, and I hope this made sense to you. Akoni Lono, what Spirit needs to tell me? So let me get here and shuffle. Okay. Akoni, let me see here. Shadows. There's a lot of things that may be on the darker level with you facing your shadow side, your shadow self, a lot of shadow work that's needing to do. I feel like you've been feeling negative vibrations within yourself, within other people around you. I don't feel like you're very comfortable when I tune in, and when I get this card here and I pull it up, I really feel like there's something very negative here that's lurking in the shadows. Let me pull 2 more cards out for you to kind of see what Spirit is wanting you to do. You need to sage, Akoni, definitely sage. You need black tourmaline and black obsidian and selenite. Those are crystals, so take note of that. Definitely start working with that, because again, that's what I'm getting from Spirit that you'll be needing. The next card I got here is lift it up. Lift it up. So again, you are feeling like there's a lot of things that are weighing heavily on you, responsibilities, and the pressure is too great in some way, or some kind of way you feel like the pressure is too great, but you're lifting it up. So I got 5 more minutes, and then I'll be done. But like I said, you need to lift that up. And then the last one I got is Organization of the Unknown. Religious. It's very religious. Notice it's the symbolic of the cross. There's a priest there, or kind of like the priest and the mother, or some kind of biblical character on the back. Organization of the Unknown. So you're struggling with your spirituality. This is for Akoni. This could be you struggling with, your spirituality, accepting, knowing that you have gifts, but you're kind of scared to come out and let other people know that you have these spiritual gifts or abilities in some kind of way. So Spirit is saying that you're going to be reconnecting with your own spiritual self and your spiritual abilities, but you need to kind of push past of the social conditioning. This is typically of social conditioning. Anything that is from religion or religious is social conditioning and fears that are manifesting. That's how I kind of interpreted that. So definitely pay attention to that. So that was the reading for that one. Guys, I know that a lot of y'all have donated. I'm doing as much as I can. I'm trying to go through. There's a lot, but I'm going to be wrapping it up. But know that any donations that you make will be going towards supporting the channel, and I will be back. I may even come back tomorrow and do some of these. So I really, really appreciate your support. I know some of you are upset if I haven't gotten to it. There's an Amari. Okay, I don't know what Amari asked, but let me pull for Amari, because I know a lot of you have asked. Oops. I'm kind of new to this, using this format, so I really appreciate your patience. Okay. Let me get that card. Okay. Oops, this is for Amari. So Amari, if you're tuning in, portal. You've got a portal here. You're a medium. When we're mediums, we're portals to the other side. I also feel like you may have a lot of spiritual activity in the place that you live in. There's a lot of evil eyes here for protection. You may want to start wearing the evil eye. I feel like you have people that are envious of you, Amari, that could be causing a lot of these problems that you have in your life going on. So definitely get to start wearing the evil eye, a Hamza, some kind of protection. You're definitely going to need some protection. You're going to need to start saging. Also working with a road blocker, a road opener candle. This could be purchased at any Botanica metaphysical store. Work with that, Amari. And then we got conduit, again, with crystals, protecting yourself, opening yourself up. You're very spiritual. You may be a healer. I feel like you're a healer in some kind of way, but you're also very intuitive and with medium abilities. So you have a lot of different positive energy. You're going to attract negative people into your life. That's never going to stop, but you need to stay very strong and know that you are protected. So this is definitely what it's saying here. And then you got key to the temple. You have a lot of ancestral energy that's around you, Amari, that is protecting you, that's guiding you. So yeah, I feel like this is a very strong card. Key to the temple. You're unlocking a lot of secrets. You're going to be coming through. I feel like this is around your love life. Anybody that's being secretive with you, you're going to get on top of it and you're going to get the answers you're seeking. So there's not any kind of mystery. You got some ancient energy, hun, here. I'm talking about like ancient energy from many ancestors around you. So yeah, definitely. You got the keys to the temple. You're going to be just fine. All right, guys. So I wish I could continue. Those of you that have donated, thank you so much for your support. I will be coming back. I feel like I want to come back tomorrow. Do y'all want me to come back tomorrow and do another one here on YouTube? And what I'll do, I'll be taking donations. If you want to donate, I'll read those. If not, I can come back and just do another one here, because I really enjoyed using the cards and kind of interpreting them with that. It makes things go it's really strong and fast. I want to thank you so much. I love you all so much, and blessings and love and light. Have a good night.